In Iowa, deforestation takes the form of industrial logging. The community has organized many protests and hung slogans with strong messages to stop deforestation. At the same time, it has seriously affected the habitat of invasive monkeys, depriving forests rich in resources necessary for their survival. Lacking natural habitat, invasive monkeys have attacked populated areas. Passers-by feel uncomfortable when they are constantly physically attacked and robbed by these monkeys and rummaging through their bags. This bold action was because they had been starved for many days. The incident became alarming when in 2022, there were hundreds of cases reported by people. Authorities have organized prevention campaigns and used anesthetics to deal with them, but the situation is still increasing because they adapt too quickly. Faced with this situation, the Iowa government decided to use cage traps to control the wild monkey population. Common types of cage traps include net traps, box traps, and barrel traps. These traps allow us to capture and collect wild monkeys safely and painlessly, ensuring the capture process is humane. Using cage traps has helped people in controlling invasive monkeys, minimizing problems caused by monkeys to security in the city. The iron cage traps used by Texans to deal with invasive monkeys operate on a T-shaped mechanism, with trap doors placed at either end. The structure of this cage trap is made from durable metal, large enough to hold 30 to 50 monkeys. Inside the cage, people place fruits or nuts, attractive foods that monkeys like, to attract them into the trap. When monkeys enter the cage to retrieve the bait, they touch a trap plate or lever connected to the door closing mechanism. This movement activates a mechanism that causes the trap doors at both ends of the cage to close quickly, trapping the monkeys inside. Heavy-duty springs will hold the door in the closed position, preventing monkeys from escaping. The trap cage is designed with ventilation holes so the monkeys can breathe and not suffocate. The trapper will regularly check and release the monkeys from the cage safely and humanely, ensuring no harm to the animals. Setting monkey traps during the day is highly effective in controlling the number of wild monkeys. Usually during the day, when wild monkeys are more active, cage traps are more likely to trap with greater efficiency. Each time a trap is set, a large number of monkeys can be caught, helping to minimize their encroachment into residential areas. The location of monkey traps is usually in areas near residential areas, where monkeys often appear and cause nuisance. This helps people easily control and manage trapping. Using a permit when engaging in monkey trapping in Iowa is an important requirement to ensure monkey hunting is conducted in a sustainable and safe manner. License applicants are required to complete training on how to use traps effectively and humanely and must comply with safety and environmental regulations. This licensing also helps local authorities monitor and control monkey hunting activities in a legal and orderly manner. After the trap, the people of Iowa began a campaign to collect the invasive monkeys, aiming to return them to the sterilization area. Each collection is carefully organized, with the use of specialized vehicles specially designed for stratification. This makes the transportation process easier than ever. After being caught and placed on different floors of the vehicle, the monkeys will be brought to the designated area for sterilization. This campaign marks an important step forward in controlling and reducing this invasive species in Iowa. At the government's Wildlife Sterilization Center, we received and successfully performed 50 invasive monkey sterilization surgeries. The number of monkeys that have been processed reaches hundreds, contributing positively to efforts to control and reduce the population of this species in the area. The sterilization operation aims to reduce the impact of monkeys on local communities, protect the city area and the environment, and maintain ecological balance and safety for residents and visitors. Here, invasive monkeys are screened for pathology, and samples are taken for safe hygiene testing to prevent harmful agents that may come from them. This process ensures that the monkeys are thoroughly examined to detect and treat infectious diseases or other health problems before they are released into the wild. After the sterilization steps are completed, the Iowa government will organize the transportation of the monkeys to national park areas or natural habitats. Here, they will be provided with food and have the opportunity to live freely. This process not only helps reduce the number of invasive species, but also meets the community's desire not to use firearms to control wildlife populations. This brings long-term benefits to both the ecosystem and people's satisfaction with natural animal management practices. Dealing with invasive monkeys is always a matter of concern for Iowa residents, and the use of traps is highly effective in this area. If you agree with the solution of the people of Iowa, please comment number 1. If in case you object to this method, please leave your thoughts below in the comments section. We look forward to receiving your comments. Share the content publicly for your family to have good luck. Please look forward to the next content.
The Mississippi River has become a battleground, and the invader? The Asian carp. These fish are making their way toward the Great Lakes, threatening our ecosystem and economy.
Oh, there we go! I got to punch that one down.
To stop their spread, we're building electric fences and deploying sonar trackers to follow their movements. Since 2018, I've been part of the teams working relentlessly in Tennessee, hauling out over 10 million pounds of these fish. But what happens to them once caught? We grind them into fertilizer and bury them deep to keep scavengers at bay. Every net cast is another blow to the $7 billion 0 cents this invasive species costs our fisheries every year. So why don't we eat them? These invasive species are hard to prepare, with Y-shaped bones that make every bite a potential choking hazard. They're often dubbed dirty bottom feeders, but honestly, they're no worse than catfish. Chill them and that muddy taste disappears. Some even rename them copy to make them sound more appealing. Yet, most Americans won't go near them. There's a cultural block that we can't break, and that's leaving billions of these invasive species slipping through our nets. But is it just the bones, or something deeper? that's stopping us. Next, wild boars are wrecking my fields, with over 6.9 million of them roaming Texas. They're tearing apart crops and destroying farmland. I'm locked in a constant battle, facing year-round hunts with no limits. I've seen sharpshooters like Ted Nugent drop them from helicopters, armed with AR-15s. My $350,000 0-cent smart trap caught 61 wild boars in just one night. Local restaurants are turning them into gourmet dishes, and wild boar cooking competitions are spreading the word. We're fighting back fiercely against the $2.5 billion 0 cents damage they cause every year. But despite the millions we knock down, the question remains, why aren't we using them? Eating them? That's where the story gets ugly. Old wild boars stink of testosterone, and their meat? It smells like a locker room, making it nearly impossible to stomach. Young boars are fine, even sweeter than pork, but they carry 40 types of parasites like Brucella, which could wipe out the pork industry. Cooking them slow and low doesn't guarantee safety. It's a dangerous gamble to eat them, and that's why most people won't. We may knock down millions, but at the end of the day, the meat is too risky. It's not just about what we can catch, it's about the dangers they bring with them. The prairie wolves are hunting my sheep too. Every year they knock down 300,000 livestock, costing $18,500,000, 0 cents in losses. We're fighting back, taking out 500, 0 of them in brutal, no-hold-barred hunting competitions. I've patrolled with night vision rifles, taking out packs before they can attack my herd. Surrounding farmers are using gas to clear out their den. This approach has saved our farms from predators, and we're even keeping them out of urban areas like Chicago. Eating prairie wolves? Not a chance. They look like dogs, but that's where the cultural wall is. They're predators that threaten our lives and livelihoods. And worse, they carry diseases like rabies and tapeworms. It's illegal to sell their meat. Some farmers in desperation eat what they hunt. It's more than a mental block, it's a risk no one wants to take. We can't even use their hides or bones. Can you imagine? Millions of them are wiped out, and yet we can't even make use of them. How does that sit with you? This land is mine. Every trap I set, every shot I take is for my family and those who depend on me. If you agree with this, comment yes and show your support. Subscribe and join us for more information as we fight this battle together. The dangerous situation caused by foxes in the US is becoming urgent and worrying, especially after fox attacks on livestock raised fears about safety in the community. Not only does it pose a serious threat to livestock, but it also creates a major challenge to public safety. In 2023, in California, a 50-year-old woman had a nightmare where the defendant attacked her right in front of her house. Her family members rushed her to the hospital, but fortunately her injuries were only superficial. In that neighborhood, on the same day, there were also up to 35 cases of defendants attacking at night. Faced with the above serious situation and the implementation of humane measures to repel them, they were ineffective. Therefore, the US government has taken extreme measures to overcome this situation. This strategy focuses on reducing red fox numbers and is implemented year-round in most US states. In California, USA, hunting is only allowed from August to February of the following year. This includes choosing hunting locations in places where foxes frequent and away from residential areas to ensure people's safety. Each hunting season, hunters are allowed to hunt a maximum of 100 to 150 animals. Hunting activities take place strongly at night because this individual has the habit of looking for prey at this time. Thanks to that, the hunter's hunting efficiency increases many times. However, hunters will encounter some difficulties in observing. There are many hidden dangers from the wild environment. Therefore, hunters must prepare well in hunting skills and fox behavior. When participating in this adventurous activity, hunters will receive support from the government with weapons and subsidies for hunting. But to ensure safety, the government requires hunters to have at least 1 year of hunting experience or more.
Got him.
The license stipulates that hunters must be at least 18 years old to participate in hunting. Hunting activities take place for many days in the wild, so hunters need to prepare themselves for good health. Team spirit plays an important role and has a great influence on fox hunting activities of the American people. When 3 to 5 people participate in hunting, they will plan together, share knowledge about fox behavior, and cooperate in choosing the most effective hunting location and time. This teamwork not only enhances the effectiveness of hunting strategies, but also builds bonds within the community. Using whistles to attract red foxes has become an important part of hunting techniques. The calls imitate rabbits or birds in distress, helping to attract foxes closer to the hunting area. According to hunters, using these types of whistles can increase hunting efficiency by up to 50% compared to not using support tools. Extreme measures have helped hunters take down millions of foxes each year during the hunting season, significantly reducing the number of accidents caused by fox attacks on humans to less than 10%. This effective measure helped protect people from fox attacks and stabilize the livestock economy. They have running speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, making targeting extremely difficult. However, thanks to skill and the support of modern tools, such as binoculars, foxes were successfully defeated. Some communities have expressed complaints about their lack of support for hunting, especially at night. The main reason comes from concerns about public safety and order. Hunting at night can pose a high risk of accidents due to poor visibility and difficulty identifying targets, leading to the possibility of accidentally hitting another animal. In response to protests from the people, the US government implemented measures to install traps to control the fox population. This shift not only demonstrates acumen in listening and adjusting policies, but also opens up an interesting experience about how hunters set up traps to deal with them. Tune in to future episodes to witness the next steps in this strategy and learn more about trap installation techniques and the final results. Ending hunting with guns by American hunters, fox population control was carried out with the goal of maintaining the natural balance and protecting the safety of the American people. If you have ever participated in dealing with foxes, please comment number 1 and share the measures and processes you have experienced. Thank you for watching the entire video. Now, are you ready to explore the next video?
A loud noise came from a villa in Spain. A giant bear broke down the door looking for something in the house. It started moving into the kitchen, sniffing the smell of food in the refrigerator. It rummages through everything in the kitchen, damaging furniture. At this time, the man upstairs went down to see what was happening and was suddenly attacked by the bear. However, he was able to push the bear away and pull a chair next to the door to block it. But it didn't stop there. Another bear led 3 to 4 cubs around the man's house, looking for trash in the bin, and then destroying the swimming pool. In particular, the man's wife's car was attacked and vandalized by a bear, causing the seats to be torn and trash scattered all over the car. The man said the cost of repairing the entire house was up to $12,000. Residential areas around the city in Spain suffered heavy damage. The invention of the monster wolf, a robotic wolf specifically designed to prevent black bear attacks, has attracted attention since it was introduced to Spain from Japan. This technology uses the sound and appearance of wolves and is effective in preventing bears from attacking homes due to bears' fear of wolves. 130 cases of bears attacking people's houses have decreased to 50 cases. This repelling of bears will not help reduce the number of bears, so authorities must use modern bows and arrows with binoculars to destroy them. Hunters will rely on scratches on trees caused by black bears rubbing, grinding their claws on tree trunks, and their waste left on the ground to help hunters know they are around this area. A hunter preparing to hunt black bears must undertake several meticulous steps. The hunter uses various baits and special scents to attract the bears close. Once a suitable location is identified, the hunter will find a high position, such as in a tree, to gain a better and safer vantage point. Attracted about 4 to 5 large bears to the bait location. However, despite careful preparation, the hunter was still able to let the bears escape due to their good eyesight during the day, allowing them to detect even the smallest movements from the hunter. This requires hunters to have a clear understanding of bear behavior. The black bear hunting season in Spain varies by region but typically occurs from September to December. The number of bears allowed to be hunted each season can range from 10 to 20. For hunting black bears outside the designated season is illegal and can result in penalties, including imprisonment and fines. The minimum age for obtaining a black bear hunting license in Spain is 18. However, some regions may require hunters to have prior hunting experience or to participate in safety training courses. Hunting hibernating bears or cubs is prohibited. Black bears often live in rugged mountainous areas. Hunters need to be familiar with the terrain and be able to move safely in these conditions. They are omnivores, living alone, but can sometimes go in small groups looking for food near streams, so hunters can take advantage of these opportunities to take them down. But to increase the chance of success and protect your safety, hunters should hunt with 3 to 5 teammates. In some areas, people are not attacked by bears. So when they watch the news, they oppose black bear hunting, because they believe that black bears have the right to live and should not be hunted for entertainment or sports purposes. They also argue that hunting black bears is often inhumane and can lead to unnecessary suffering for the animals. Bear hunting causes an imbalance in the natural ecosystem and is at risk of extinction if overhunted. After completing bear hunting, hunters will hand over the number of bears they have collected to the authorities and report in detail. The bears will then be processed to get their fur, from which products such as indoor carpets or decorations can be produced. These bear fur products are often sold on the market for hundreds of dollars, depending on the size and quality of the product. If you were a Spanish person, what would you do to ward off black bears attacking your home? If you don't have a solution, please comment number 1 so we can answer it for you. Don't forget to press the channel subscription button to support brave hunters. Please watch the next video.
Tragedy struck at the lion park in South Africa when an American tourist was attacked by a lioness despite repeated warnings. The invasive species lunged at him, but luckily he pretended to stand still, which is why the lioness let him go. The park had clear signs not to enter the area, but the rule was ignored. The horrific incident has sparked a global debate about the safety of animal tourism. Park officials confirmed that the lioness will be quarantined. The message is clear. You can take an animal out of the wild, but never take the wild out of the animal. Respect the nature or pay the price. So how do you face a lion? You simply cannot unless you are trained and prepared. This is not Call of Duty, this is real, and your life depends on accuracy. Just like aiming with a red dot at 25 yards, lion hunting requires proper adjustment of your rifle. Experts say you should aim at 50 to 100 yards. Why? Because if a lion charges, even a few inches off can be fatal. Your optics must be solid. Tighten them. Know how to adjust. Take the time to prepare well, because in the wild there are no second chances. Now tell me, are you ready at 50 yards?
Thank you.
Since 2020, drones with thermal imaging capabilities have been scanning 150 square miles in Limpopo, cutting search times to just 2 to 3 hours. Even technology can't replace instinct when the king of invasive species is hunting you. Before the shots rang out across the African bush, there was a lot of strategic activity behind the scenes. On this hunt, the team was focused entirely on tracking a lone male lion reported in the Mbula area of northeastern Mozambique. Preparations began with baiting 2 deer carcasses strategically placed where the lion had last been spotted. This was followed by helicopter surveillance. The next morning, the team picked up fresh tracks and radio calls confirming the lion had returned to feed. Do you think the hunters would miss their chance this time? Lion hunting is not for the faint-hearted. It is a game of patience and teamwork. Hunters must always keep an eye on the trees and bushes, as lions often lurk there. One wrong move and the predator becomes the hunter. In South Africa, managed lion hunting brings in an estimated $3,200,000 annually from over 3,200 international hunters, supporting conservation programs and wildlife sanctuaries. The legal framework allows only a limited number of lions to be hunted each season, and hunters must report their knocks down. I have found that if you are hunting a king, you should know the law, respect the land, and never hunt alone. When you go lion hunting, the smart hunter will wear earthy, scent-blocking fabrics that blend into the undergrowth and keep human body odor at bay. Breathable, lightweight, yet durable enough to handle thorns and extreme temperatures. Comment 0 if you agree with putting safety first. Today, hunts are strictly limited, fully licensed, and must be reported. It's no longer just tradition, it's a tightly managed system that balances danger, respect, and preservation. So, what do you think? Should lion hunting continue as part of conservation efforts, or should it be banned altogether? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to share to learn more about how we can protect invasive species and celebrate traditions responsibly.
On a corn farm in Mississippi, farmers face a devastating threat of wild boars during harvest seasons. Wild boars move from wheat fields to neighboring cornfields. Wild boars began to move from young corn shoots, eating row after row, leaving traces of destruction on the stalks. The places they passed through left serious damage. The corn plants were no longer usable. These holes not only affect productivity but also create fallow areas and make it difficult to manage and care for crops. With each passing day, the financial burden increases due to wild boars. The damage caused by wild boars to this country is up to $50 million. To respond, farmers and authorities have installed traps in areas frequently visited by wild boars. Some experts estimate that each Mississippi wild boar hunter can use an average of 100 to 200-foot traps per year. With about 10,000 licensed feral hog hunters in the state, That amounts to 1 to 2 million foot traps used annually. Trapping season typically runs from March 1st to June 30th each year. Trapping for wild boars is allowed on most forest lands near cornfields. However, in Mississippi, there are strict regulations regarding the location of traps, which cannot be placed in residential areas that could be dangerous to humans. Hunters' use of leg traps requires a special permit and compliance with trap size and inspection regulations. After wild boars are caught in a trap, hunters need to keep a distance of at least 50 meters from them to ensure safety. This requires hunters to have a high level of vigilance because trapped wild boars can become aggressive and dangerous. If they do not maintain vigilance, hunters may be at risk of being attacked, leading to serious injury. The advantages of this type of leg trap for hunters in Mississippi are obvious. The number supporting the use of this type of trap is up to 70% due to its outstanding features. Leg traps can effectively capture wild boars, even when they are on the move or alert. It helps hunters easily approach and take down prey. Furthermore, traps can be used many times, saving costs for hunters compared to other hunting methods. The Mississippi Department of Wildlife and Parks (MDWFP) receives an average of more than 2,000 reports annually of damage caused by wild boars, which attack humans. This has posed a problem for the authorities, who need to change the method of controlling wild boars by setting traps. This method helps hunters not have to directly confront wild boars, but still ensures effectiveness in minimizing damage and protecting property and safety for people.
To the hunt. Comment 1 if you find this video interesting. Give us your feedback for a better experience in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.